Hey, good afternoon. This is going to be a recap of February 27th, 2023. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so this morning we did see like we had uh, some form of a zigzag double bottom that was looking to form right here. I was looking for price to basically push back up into this particular area of resistance, which also had a nice little supply area here. So I was looking at that as a potential target this morning. However, we got to this point and we created a double top. Yeah, about right here. All right. So we got this double top, 1, 2, price push down. All right. We found our area of support. Of course, we came back up here and we're retesting this. So we need to see what price is going to do. So overall, you know, this didn't work out. I was expecting that it was come here before going down here to this area of demand in this particular zone down here at the bottom. And once again, this is the euro. I'm sorry, this USD CAD. All right, so this area did serve as a demand zone. And remember, whenever price turns around fairly quickly within a demand or supply zone, that means that a real large order did come in, and it's a heavy imbalance. But whenever we have price to hang out within a zone, with a couple of candles, like right here, let's do this. And let me do this too. Let's take off these supply zones. I meant to say support resistance, not supply zone. All right, so let's take this little box area. Let's box this. All right, so what does this mean? This means that there was some willing and dealing going on. There was some buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, sellers, selling going on, and then imbalance kicked in to kick it out of this particular boxed area, right? You can see it right here too. You can count this one as well. But typically, whenever you have a wick this strong at a level, that really means that there's really not equilibrium, or there's like it's not like a tug of war or going back and forth for buying and selling. This is just a big buy order just came in. It didn't matter if there was enough sellers or not here, but it came in, it pushed it up. All right, so we're currently at this particular junction of the market right now. Of course, we're in the Australian session, which we typically don't trade. We don't like the volume um, during that session. But yeah, so we're dealing with this right now. We got this trend, and of course, we can do this. All right, so we basically want to see how price can react, based at this conjunction of where we at right now. This still is the previous high of the yesterday, and this is the previous low. So we haven't broken any of these yet. So to really even really play this like we want to, we really want to see one of these levels really be violated for the most part. But we do have all this within the range to deal with. All right, so that's that. Let's go look at US dollar, Japanese yen. All right, so we got this nice little support area. We got this area up here serving as resistance. This was a high, the previous high, and the red is the previous low. So the indicators are already putting on the chart for us. This trade was I didn't take this trade today, but clearly we had at 8:30 this morning a double bottom. We had two double bottom right here. We pushed back up into market structure. If we would have took this trade, we would have basically looked to take it back. Remember, when we do our imbalances, we look for what the last candle before market shifted and going on with whatever the dominant trend was, or the reversal, should I say. So we take it from here into the bottom of that candle, which would have been that green candle. And this whole entire zone serves as what? A supply zone. All right, this was the last green candle, and then this red candle engulfed it. So this is our supply zone. And what do we get? We get a push down. Then we get a what? A double bottom. We push back in. This could have been a nice little quick little trade. It's about 38 pips. All right, it's not bad. We keep touching this area. So this is still serving as a supply zone. So we do want to monitor it. All right. And if we do get any rejection, we have this whole area we could play with. But what we really want to see is really want to see if we can violate this support area. If we can violate the support area, that'd be good. We got some clean traffic, so to speak, that we can maybe get down and reach, like this big wick. So remember, if something big came in and created this wick, that means there's a lot of unfulfilled orders that's probably sitting here too that did not get bought up. So just because you got a big, huge imbalance of buy orders doesn't mean that they all are filled. So we could see price eventually come back down to this area. Now, with that being said, we can also go ahead and we can look at a um, let's do our Fibonacci retracement tool. Let's look on here and see what we got going on. All right, so we barely crossed over the 23%. That could count a little bit, but we're back above. So if anything, if I were looking to do any selling, I would be looking to sell above this 23% area. All right, so this wick falls a little bit below the 50%. And the 61 lines up a little bit below this area that showed some form of consolidation before it went up. And we got a 70% sitting here, but the 78 uh, has an area where we think the price possibly definitely could come to. So this will be a region where I would really look to see if price can get back into this particular zone up here. All right, this could be shaping up for the so-called iconic Bart Simpson pattern because we got his hairline or whatever. It's like his hairline, right? So we could be see if price could get back down into this region. But if someone want to play it safe, you basically not looking for no entries until this level is violated. It's as simple as that. All right. Let's see. All right, that's that. Let's go to Euro USD. All right, I got some areas already up. So we're in the same situation. That was the previous high. There's a previous low for the other day. And we're going to do this. All right. Now, it's interesting. All right. So we crossed the 23%. We got close, try to get to the 50. We got back above. So for me, I am looking for some shorting opportunities to see if we can get down to this area here to the 61%, preferably within the 78. That could be a 57 or more pip drop back into this area. 78% retracement, trying to get to that level. Let's take all this off. And we can also put out little supply zones. I mean, a demand zone. So this is the demand zone here. All right, so that's an area we could look at. We got another one right there. And with your supply and demand zone, you don't want too many on the chart. I mean, it is what it is. I don't even think this one. It does. This one doesn't even matter because this one comes before. So a lot of times I don't even really focus on that second one. But this is an area. Now watch this. This was an area too. All right. So look, so we had a nice little bearish candle coming in, and all of a sudden we had a push. We get these candles engulf. This one we had some resistance, but it's also a demand zone. Okay. It's a demand zone. All right. So a lot of people like to go back to origins like here to even go even further. If we had some more data down here, they go further. Well, a lot of those are like obsolete to a certain extent because they're not what we call they're not recent. They're not localized. This is local. This is recent. This is decent. This is recent too. So what you seen was that what price broke out of here, came back, retested what to what the demand zone. Okay, unfulfilled orders, bam. All right, we're back up here. All right, so now yes, we need to see what price is doing, and even this right here is just a little bit here, there. I don't know what this price is gonna do, but that could happen. All right, but regardless, these are key levels. All right, and these are key levels that we feel that price can come back into as well too. Okay, so um, for me, I will be looking for some type of entry, see if I can get a some type of short in uh, on this Euro USD. See if we can get it back down. I like where we currently are, is because if this fails, you know, that stop loss above here. I like to do a 30 pip. We're talking about here, right? So that's enough room to give it some space to move. If you get what I'm saying. Let's look at the Australian USD. So I'm doing a lot of the USD pairs. All right, so we got a double top. That's self-explanatory. So we will look at this. See if we can get this drop. I like to take it to the neckline. If we can get it, we get it. Now, we pierced this a little bit the previous day high. We didn't really get above, close above. So that could give us some range to say, hey, well, at least we got this that we can play with. What I also can do is I can do a fib retracement level, and what do we have? We have to break 23%. We're back above 23%. So of course, to me, I will be looking for some ways. Also, neckline falls right at the 61% retracement level. That give us confluence. So I like this. All right. Let's look at British pound USD. All right. So we're doing higher highs and higher lows. Okay. So we don't want to fight against trend. High, higher low, higher high, a little bit higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay. So we are in an uptrend. All right. But we have not broken this previous day high. All right. It's a previous day low. It's still down here. Okay, so we still have this area that could be a major area of where demand can come, but we also have this area as well too. So this is pretty good. Right. And I'm not gonna do only gonna do maybe three, but we have this area as well too that we have to keep an eye on. So if you're shorting, what do you call it? Yeah, well, if you're taking a short, you got to be mindful of all these areas because they are valid. So if I'm taking this trade down, I need to know that hey, is a demand zone, and the only way that this trend is going to change is if these demand zones to turn into what supply zones. So that's what you really want to see in a trend reversal. But these are still intact. You got to respect them. So what I like to do is I would trade them back to these zones, and I'm getting out. I need to see this area violated, maybe retest it. So I need to see something like this. I say get a break, bam, boom, like that. All right. I feel more comfortable doing that and then just saying, hey, I'm just gonna jump into this trade and just think that it's gonna, do all this and maybe do that, right? Like that's uh some people um believe that can happen. But you want to consider this. You're shorting, you hold it on, you didn't get out, and you get that. How do we know this can happen? We already see it on the chart. What's the difference? Oh, it's going short. We're going here, but you forgot here. It gets here, and look where we at. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, your short was correct, but you didn't get out because this was an area of what demand. All right, cool. Let's do CAD JPY. Right, previous high, previous day's low. Nothing's really going on right now. But I do see that we possibly could be shaping up to see if we could get a short down here. But it's not really giving me too much. So what we like to do is we just get this box. We'll stay within this box. We'll do that. And it'll give us a clear of what we should be doing based off this box, whether it's violated. To be honest, I'm not looking for any long, so my bias is more short uh, in this area. Some of you like trend lines, so you can do a trend line. So we do know if this trend line is broken, you could take the trade or you could wait for a retest. So this will look something like this. We break back up here, retest, then head lower. Some people want to be just aggressive. You can take the trade, just break it. It doesn't matter. So that's on you. To each his own. Um, and you can put on indicators as well too to do your trend lines if you don't feel like it. So there you go. Trend lines on the chart. All right, so you see these trend lines right here. So we like to play this. So if price broke above this green, people look to go long, and if it's red, it goes short. All right, so you got those particular areas. We could take these off. All right, and once we take these off, we also can look at our fib levels. I am a big, huge fib fan. Okay, we haven't really violated based off this whole entire trend move. We haven't violated 23% yet. So, like I said, I really want to see this short violate this area. If we can get this area, I feel confident. We got these big wicks down here. We come down here, we can feel these. All right. So wicks do leave clues in the market, as I explained in previous videos a long time ago. They're like footprints, all right, of unfulfilled orders. Okay, so when there's a wick on a chart, it likes to get filled. All right, look, you see this wick right here, and then look what happened. Price came up here and filled it. Okay, you see this wick right here, price came up. Now, just because a wick is on a chart doesn't mean that price just gonna automatically come there. Sometimes wicks are left unfilled. Now look at this wick came back down, covered it. All right. So you can see this all over the chart. Wick, all right, had a big wick come in, and then bam, price came back, covered it. Okay, so just check that out uh, throughout the charts as well too. So that CAD providers do Euro JPY. Right, previous day high hasn't been broken. Previous day low hasn't really been tested. And we're in a series of higher highs, higher lows. All right, but we're running through some resistance. So right now, remember, this is accumulation of orders. So that means someone is willing and dealing and finding some buyers and sellers that agree. And now we're looking for an imbalance to come out of here. Now, you need to be careful of these types. These are types that will do what? Liquidity grab, boom, and then drop. Why does this happen? It's because a lot of people are like, hey, this is short. I'm going to short this. I'm ready to sell. Um, this is a clear area. All right. Same thing. Something here. A lot of people is probably willing to, try to sell. We get a drop, and then we get this spike right here, and then we coming back. And this doesn't. We don't get the full drop, but you get enough to wipe out some of these traders, right? So these people who are short, they're taught to what? Put your stop loss above here. What happens? Came up, knocked them out, drop, trapped some of your sellers come into the market thinking it's going to go lower. Hey, it's a wick right here. It's a wick right here. We're going to go lower, and then bam, we hit a double bottom, and we push higher. So you just definitely want to be mindful of those things like that. But also don't be fearful to pull the trigger on some of these trade setups, thinking that you're going to get caught into a liquidity grab. I mean, it happens. It is what it is. But just play the probability game. Simple as that, guys. Keep it simple. You do it right, you will have more winners than losers. All right. So, some of the same thing. Now, look, we're back at this structure. We had a nice little counter come back in. So this means this was some form of a demand zone. Now, when it gets to looking a little funky like this, sometimes you want to go to a higher time frame to cut down on some of the noise. All right. So to see how that looks a little bit different now. Now we're on a 4 hour. All right. And yeah. So if you're doing it off the 4 hour and you're definitely using the previous day high and low, I mean, right now you're really not doing anything until one of these levels are really valid. So you really got this huge zone. And the beauty of this is that let's see what it is on a daily. How many hours we got left? Okay, so it's 23 hours left for this next daily candle. So based off of from yesterday, just set the tone. So we gotta play with these particular levels for the time being. However, we can speed this up and just go ahead and focus on this for the time being. I want to see how price can react to these particular levels as well too. Let's get down here so you see what we're dealing with now. That's a lot going on over here. So, like I said, to me, I don't really care too much. It's a lot of choppiness up here. It's not clear. I feel like we get these breaks, we're going to be ping ponging all over. You see how this clean traffic is right here? You see this clean traffic? It's clean. This is not clean. I don't want to fool with this, so I stay away with that. Stay away from that. I mean, it says EuroCAD. Let's do British pound, Japanese yen. So not much going up here. But if we do drop, we got some form of clean traffic. You don't see a lot of wicks over here. So these are solid candles. So that's pretty good as well too. We're clearly in an uptrend, big time, big time, big time. Yeah. So to me, this definitely is shaping. Okay, let's go down to a lower. Let's go to a higher time frame. Let's go to 4 hour. Cut some of this stuff down. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, so it's the 4 hour. Let me take off all these indicated double tops, bottoms, triples. All right, we're good to go now. All right, let's do this. Let's see where we are on the. Yeah. All right. Right at the 61% right now. A little bit above it. Look like we're gonna try to get up here and get to this liquidity. This supply zone. So yeah, let's see how that goes. So it definitely seems like that's what price wants to head to. All right, we got a series of higher highs and higher lows. So um, this could be a key area of retest. All right, so broke. We hadn't really seen a retest yet on it. So if anything, we could come down here and retest before heading higher. So it's possible we could have something like this. But that could be some setup for some short opportunities on that to get it back down to this area. Let's see how many pips that possibly could be. It's 104 more pips. It's decent, real good. Oh, I forgot. Now, so this is an area too that you got to keep in mind because it did serve as resistance and price did break. So this could be the first key area that you would have to respect. If price do come back and retest, it's definitely going to retest this one first before even going to this one right here. So you got to keep that in mind as well too. But yeah, we are seeing some form of resistance at this particular point. See how price will react for the most part. See this nice little retest right here. You look left. Look what happened. This is what demand zone. Price came in, pushed up. It's pretty good. All right, so I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I maybe do some stocks on the next video, and maybe crypto. But other than that, let me check on Walmart. I know we had looked at that the other day. Let's see what it did. We on what 4 hour. So yesterday we did say we marked off those zones from yesterday. We broke a little, but we then came back down. Found some decency. All right. Did we see a double bottom yesterday? Yeah, that's the other day. Yeah. So this is from February 7th. We did meet the neck line because we like to trade to the neck line, so that's pretty good. But keep an eye out. We could try to fight to get up to this target zone uh, because we do have now what we call a zigzag. And let's see if our zigzag can actually pick that up. All right, so pick this one up, but this is another one too. So zigzag. So we still may try to fight to get back to here. All right, and I think I did look at Sherman. Sherwin, I went. Sherwin. So Sherwin is in a double bottom, and we are in a long position off of this one. So this is an options contract that we are in. All right, this is not financial advice. Just let you know some of the moves that we were taking. All right, stop loss below. But yeah. All right, y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's your boy E White. I'm out.